It's Audrey reporting live for the Corporate Communication Department at the Princess Juliana International Airport. Our public service announcement includes all vehicles will be permitted to drive in front of the terminal building as the regular traffic route will be reinstated. This is scheduled to go into effect as of November 15, 2019. As customary, the security management will apply the necessary rules and regulations for the drop-off and pickup process. And we do look forward to your usual cooperation as we continue our journey towards the redevelopment of your state-of-the-art airport. As we move forward, you can see we're on the service lane right now. This is where we call the drop-off zone. Right now, you're seeing the acting manager of the security department. He is showing you the drop-off zone, also known as the tollway zone, so be careful. And we have on the other side the service road where you'll be able to drive through once again. As customary, the security management will apply the necessary rules and regulations for the drop-off and pickup process. The tour buses and car rentals will pass through the area that you're now seeing. We look forward to your usual cooperation as we continue our journey towards the redevelopment of your state-of-the-art airport. Reporting live, I'm Audrey St. Louis Jack from the Corporate Communications Department at the Princess Juliana International Airport.
A beautiful thing happens when you get a group of motivated people together. You get the job done. It doesn't matter what their background is. All that matters is their common goal, their spirit, their dedication. It makes all the difference, doesn't it? And we want you to know that being there for you when you need us is our goal. We're here to work with you in every way. Because no matter what we do or where we are, we understand. The difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
On Monday, 11th of November, the 60th St. Martin Day was celebrated with the theme We Story. We will not repeat the numerous examples given of the We Story to differentiate us from other nations in the world. What was not highlighted in all the speeches we heard was that the social and economic reality of the people of St. Martin is discriminatory and unequal, and that there is still no political cooperation and unity in addressing this inequality. When we look at the social protection flow of the people residing in the northern side, and we compare that with the social protection flow of the people living in the southern side, we see a huge difference. The social protection flow on the northern side is almost equal to the social protection flow in France, whereas the social protection flow in the southern side is much lower than the social protection flow in the Netherlands, and much lesser than on the northern side. Comparing the minimum wages, the maximum old age pension, the maximum social allowances, a discriminatory inequality and lack of unity in realization of social economic rights of the people is what the people still have to endure. This lack of equality is the social protection of the people of Saint Martin. It's being masked with unity speeches and festive unity activity, providing the people from the northern side and the southern side with festivity as celebration of what kind of unity. This is the untold story. For the 60 years already, when a unified, equal social protection flow will become a we story.
Vromi Minister Weaver contradicts the calculations of the Consumers Coalition. It was last week that we presented the math of the amount of homes repaired in 2 years' time after Irma, which was reported in the home repair report of the Ombudsman. We calculated that a total of 680 homes have been fixed so far. This is an average of 340 homes a year. And with this average, it will take us 37 years to build back better and stronger all the homes damaged by Hurricane Irma. Minister Weaver said that all homes can be repaired in 5 years. The Vromi minister said to be concerned with the minuscule number of homeowners being actually helped. According to Minister Weaver, at this rate, it will be 5 years before we can actually see all the homes in the communities in St. Martin fully restored. We agree with the minister that the goal must be to restore all homes and assist as many people as possible. If the minister refers to the rate of 340 homes a year, then the minister has a total of 1,700 homes in mind to be repaired in 5 years. Which rate of rebuilding the minister refers to. Because based on the National Recovery and Resilience Plan, it's 13,000 to 15,000 structurally damaged homes have to build back better and stronger in the 5 years still ahead of us in the recovery plan. So if all these homes have to be repaired in the coming 5 years, it means that not 340 homes a year, but between 2,500 and 2,800 homes have to be fixed each year in the coming 5 years. As we said, we have requested a meeting with the head of the National Recovery Project Bureau and the Vromi minister. The minister will have to give us an explanation of the rebuilding capacity that we have in St. Martin. Because if in 2 years' time, with local building capacity, only 680 homes have been repaired, which is an average of 340 homes a year, how the minister increases the home repair capacity so that 2,500 to 2,000 homes a year can be built back better and stronger. Do we locally have the building capacity to repair 2,500 to 2,800 homes a year? Our fourth topic, the right to access to health care of a senior citizen denied. Miss Arundel, born in Aruba, is a descendant of a St. Martiner who went to work in the Lago refinery. She resides in St. Martin for the last 47 years. She lives alone on the dump in a container which was damaged by Irma. Last Sunday, she made birthday, and now she's 66 years old. She has a broken right arm after she fell on her arm on the French side. The specialist on the French side has recommended her to do an operation, but she has no money to pay for the operation. Out of a monthly old age pension of 900 guilders, she cannot pay the medical bills. As her doctor card was expired, SZV recommended her to go to the Social Affairs Department to ask for an application form to fill out her request for a doctor card from government. The civil servant at Social Affairs who attended her on Tuesday morning was very rude and told her that it didn't make sense for her to fill in her application because she will not qualify for a doctor card. In tears, she asked us for help. We will assist her in filing her application for a doctor card from government, and if necessary, we will appeal the refusal of the denial of her doctor card. Let us explain this from a human rights perspective. Everybody has the right to the highest attainable level of health care in the Kingdom of the Netherlands, which, by the way, has the best healthcare system of Europe, according to their government website. Residing in St. Martin, a country in the Kingdom of the Netherlands, makes that everybody is entitled to access the same quality of healthcare as in the Netherlands, and that everybody has the right to get affordable healthcare. Everybody with an income below 1,500 guilders has the right to a doctor card from government. That is the current legislation. The old age pension of the senior citizen is less than 1,500 guilders a month, and she has no other income. So based on which criteria, the senior is not qualified to get a doctor card? The civil servant did not explain that to the senior. The right to be informed has therefore also been violated. Therefore, we will assist the senior and will request the Social Affairs Department to revisit the request of the senior and inform us in writing of their decision. It's needless to say that this is a form of elderly abuse. It is structural abuse because she's being refused a doctor card which has to give her access to an operation of her arm. It is emotional abuse because of how the civil servant spoke to her without empathy and without looking for a solution for the care the senior needs. Because of her pension income being a poverty income and her housing situation on the dump after Irma. She's already in constant stress, which is affecting her health and her well-being. Is this treatment of a senior? Here in St. Maarten, we story.
Make use of WIB mobile banking with easy access and direct usage of face recognition, PIN code, or fingerprint. Download WIB mobile banking app and make your transaction from anywhere at any time. For more information, visit wib-bank.net/quick-login.
How are you doing this morning?
Good. So, Rebecca, thank you for coming. I work as a psychologist at the Mental Health Foundation. I mainly see children and adolescents, but I also see adults. So whenever there's a crowd, that's when you're starting to feel
nervous.
Okay.
Nauseous.
Okay. It is kind of like your body. We are so used to taking care of our body. If we have a little ache in our foot, we know to rest it. We know, okay, I might have walked too much, so I need to rest. Now, of course, that can be just an ache in my foot, but I can also break my leg. Now, for breaking my leg, I would have to go to the doctor. So that kind of goes the same for mental health illnesses. So you can come in for something little as, I'm really stressed out lately. What would you need? A little bit of rest. But someone can also come in with way more difficulties. We're not here to judge right or wrong, good or bad. Is it helpful for you? Fine. Is it not helpful for you? Okay, then let's see what we can do about it. But not a wrong nor right, absolutely not. It's a magnifying glass without judgment.
Well, there's still a lot of stigma on the island, unfortunately. It's not a topic that people easily talk about, and that's a shame. They're afraid that they get judged, and there is still quite a bit of judgment. I mean, often we hear, don't go to that crazy house. Once you go in, you never go back. And it's just not true, We treat a lot of patients here, and a lot of them, we get back on their feet.
Our goal at the Mental Health Foundation is for us to help you improve your life, for you to live a better, happier, and fuller life.
A couple weeks ago, you proposed to the Council of Ministers for benefits for civil servants. Have the Council of Ministers met in regards to this, and how do government plan to move forward?
Thank you, Ms. Boseman, for your question. Of course, the Council of Ministers has had several internal discussions about it, and of course, we'll continue to have those until the last day we're in office, and that is an ongoing process even for the incoming government to look at as well. And it's about serving the people of St. Maarten. Everyone in these positions serve on behalf of a nation, and I can only expect that mantle will carry on in the continuity of government. I'll go first. Mr. Brown, thank you for your confidence in us returning for sure. And going forward, I can only hope that, indeed, the completion of what has happened in this governing period continues to be made available, made known. As I indicated in previous press briefings, there is a transition document that has been finalized for the Ministry of TIAT. All other ministers will speak
on their behalf as well. But if I look back at the year and months that we've been in office, the year and months that I've been the minister in charge of TIAT, I think there's going to be some big shoes to fill. And I look forward to, of course, that list of accomplishments that have been finalized in that transition document, again, being a refresher for the work that has been done. As you've seen, several agreements have been signed, from the Airbnb agreement between my colleague, the Minister of Finance, and I, to the air transport agreements from the Dominican Republic and Brazil that were signed, for the several inaugural calls for the attraction of economic opportunities for our island, from the mega yachts that we expect to get this tourist season, from the inaugural calls of new cruise ships coming to our island. The most recent, again, now coming up is November 20th, the Norwegian Bliss. And of course, the airlines that we attract, the flight frequencies that we attract. So that has been the work of the Ministry of TIAT, as well as the ongoing initiatives as outlined in the governing program. Many persons have seen where the Council of Ministers has had discussions, and discussions are always healthy in terms of what the airport, for instance, would look like. My only aspiration has been, besides ensuring the livelihood of the workers of the airport continues to be protected and safeguarded, as the airport is completed with U.S. pre-clearance. When I signed the LBA and with my colleague, the Minister of Finance, already this government has committed to that, committed to what is on page 95 of the governing program, and that, of course, is going to continue with, I hope, the continuity of government. Putting all the politics aside, this country needs a fully functional, new, modern airport with U.S. pre-clearance. In addition to that, if we look at where this Council of Ministers has come in many areas in terms of supporting initiatives, from gospel concerts to the music festival, to the regatta, to carnival, to the most recent, the drag strip car and bike show that we've had, we've seen initiatives that stimulate economic opportunities for our people. Again, the shopping event that is coming up at the end of the month. So there's several initiatives, and these initiatives took from day one of the responsibility that I have to continue to see that our people are part of the process, part of the prosperity, and that is an ongoing desire that I have. And of course, we'll look forward to doing that once returning, hopefully next year, when this governing period ends for the interim cabinet that's coming in, and a new one takes office for a full 4-year period, which this country desperately needs, a fully stable government, that we can ensure that there's investors that are coming to our country, that we can, again, not continue to upset the general public of St. Martin by having every year or every other year an election, that politics aside, that this country can have a stable government that represents all of the people all of the time and represents only the interests of the people and not specific agendas. That is what I hope to see when we return once again, and I look forward to the support not only of the press corps, as you've been, and others, but also the continued support of the people of St. Martin and around the world. That is actually sad to see this government go, and I'm sure that that will also come to light in a few days as well.
Mr. Brown, for your question, which you posed to all of the ministers. Of course, when one is appointed as minister, one has certain plans, certain goals, certain objectives. And it's unfortunate that we have not been able to see all of them through fruition. However, there are lots of initiatives that started, and I rely a lot on the civil service that remains. Ministers come, ministers go, but the Secretary General and the rest of the staff of the Ministry of Education, Culture, Youth and Sport, they continue, and it's good to know that they will continue many of the initiatives. When I first became a minister, I felt that we should not start, to change everything and to get new things in. But if something was started, an initiative, a project, a program had been started, which was to the benefit of the people of St. Martin and the children that this ministry serves, that it should continue. And I hope that my successor will do the same. There are several initiatives that we started. For instance, the transformation of public education is one whereby the Council of Ministers took a decision some time ago, previous Council of Ministers, to transform public education and let it become a public entity similar to school boards. Now we have continued that process, And right now we are about to appoint a change manager who will continue the process of making that transformation, that transition from public education that falls as a division or department of government to an entity similar to school boards, where that entity would be able to have immediate decision-making over education itself. And the study financing ordinance that was passed, we have initiated improvement in the curriculum, but also in the facilities at the St. Martin Vocational Training School. Our staff have gone through policy-based budgeting training sessions, and the budgeting of the ministry is now being based on policies rather than on projects. And of course, there are certain many other support that we gave to sports and cultural events and youth events. So we expect to see that these will continue because whatever's in the best interest of the people and our students, I believe that my successor will continue with that. And I believe in stability of government, and what we've tried in our ministry is to bring about tranquility and stability in the ministry, so that those who are working there do not always feel the sudden changes of ministers, but that they can continue with the programs that they initiated. I've recently signed off on all the programs that all the departments and the ministries and the divisions have prepared, so that they can continue doing that. And I want to say also thanks to the press for being there and asking questions, and I would like for you to continue to do that, to inform our people of what is going on.